ESG Congress, Poland Power of Business has just kicked off. Throughout the day, we will be hearing from experts during wonderful debates and inspiring keynote speeches about environmental, social, and governance-related matters. And today, my guest in our studio is Graham Major X, Director of Green Business and E-Mobility and Sender. Welcome.
Thank you.
Graham, I know that you have set yourself an ambitious goal to drive forward the e-mobility transformation. Can you tell us something more about your plans?
Absolutely. Thank you for that. So we see that a lot of customers as well as governments and people today have recognized that climate change is a very important issue. And so when we look at road transport, we can see that there are two great ways to decarbonize road transport today. One, for existing diesel vehicles, we can use HVO, which is a renewable diesel, and that reduces emissions by up to 90% compared to fossil diesel. That means we can run 10 trucks for the same amount of emissions as one truck running on fossil diesel. This is already available today in most countries, unfortunately not in Poland, but soon to come to Poland, I hope. The second way is with electric trucks, and electric trucks are a great solution. They're also the long-term solution. The reason for that is that the per kilometer operating cost now and definitely in the future is going to be lower for electric trucks than it is for diesel trucks.
Okay, and what about the infrastructure? Because e-trucks require a lot of infrastructure, which is well planned and available every time you need it. So what is your solution for the problem?
Sure. Well, I think we see a lot of players coming into the market already for charging infrastructure. So we have about 6 to 10 truck charging stations already available just in Germany. And then we see 250,000 charging points for electric cars and electric trucks all throughout Europe. So this is already a well-developed market, even if it's not super developed for trucks today. When we think about what the future of trucks is going to look like, it's going to be autonomous and it's going to be electric. And the first step of autonomous and electric is, of course, electric. We see a lot of good infrastructure already out there, and of course we see a lot more investment coming today, which is going to build the truck charging infrastructure of the future.
Okay, you mentioned that it is not available in Poland yet, and to be honest, in Poland there is this heated debate and controversies around the EU ban on registration of combustion engine cars, not to mention trucks, because the transportation is an important sector of our economy. So how would you convince the Polish decision makers, businesses and individual entrepreneurs to shift to e-mobility and to be more open to these new solutions?
It's a great question, and I know that sometimes it can be very controversial. My feeling is that there's a great community of business people in Poland. There's a lot of entrepreneurship in Poland. And so at Sender we have 11 offices, and one of them is in Wrocław. And we have quite a big office in Wrocław. So we work with Polish companies every day. And what we realize there is that there's a lot of good decision making in these companies. And what we see is usually if something is more effective or it's cheaper, our partners are likely to do it. And when we look at the cost per kilometer of running electric, it's actually cheaper than running diesel. So my feeling is that it's good that we have an EU law for the long run, but by 2035, it's going to be so much cheaper to run electric than it is to run diesel. Probably no one will want to run diesel anymore anyway.
Okay, so the problem will find itself.
Exactly.
So what is the fuel of the future?
I have to say it's electrons, meaning electricity. Powered by renewables.
So Graham, you will have your keynote speech today. Could you give us a sneak peek into the main message of this keynote?
Sure. What I find really interesting is the exponential change that's happening with regards to climate and technology. And today we see both of these coming together to create very fast change, especially in the road freight market. Did you know that more than 50% of newly registered cars in Europe this year were actually electric or hybrid?
Well, that's fascinating.
Exactly. Most people don't realize that it's more than half. And so when we look at trucks are, of course, a few years behind just because they're bigger, they have bigger batteries, we need bigger infrastructure. But already we can see that electric cars are leading the way. And so if we look a little bit farther down the road, electric trucks are coming, and it's the same causes of these exponential changes. What is that? Well, we have low electricity prices, even if it doesn't seem like it at the moment, caused by renewable electricity like solar. we have the ability to produce your own electricity as a transport company, which means you can't produce your own diesel, but you can produce your own electricity at a very low cost. And thirdly, batteries are also reducing in cost exponentially, meaning that the cost of a battery falls in half every 5 years. So the trucks that cost a lot today will cost very little in 3 to 5 years. So we're seeing all of these changes push towards low carbon and low cost of operation.
Okay, great, and I can't wait your speech.
Thank you.
So see you then.
See you then.
Bye.